Hey, welcome to Ambassador of Stoke YouTube channel. Yes, I have changed the name from Tedstone Adventures because this channel is not about me. It's about adventure and sharing it. So we're all ambassadors of Stoke. I'm not sitting in the center of the video today because 6 months ago, I had an epic adventure that I want to tell you about, but all the footage I filmed was in vertical. I wasn't doing YouTube back then. So this space here we'll use to show some videos and photos of that epic mission. January 2025, my friend Celyn and I decided to climb the highest mountain outside of Mount Cook, Aoraki region in New Zealand, mtaspiring Tititea, which is 3,033 meters high above sea level. And our starting point, Raspberry Flat, is about 350 meters above sea level. So quite a lot of altitude to gain. And yeah, before I start with the actual adventure, I want to let you guys know I'm not a mountaineer, alpinist, none of that. Past 13 years I've lived in the mountains, mainly ski touring, mountain biking, a little bit of rock climbing, now speed flying, but I've never done any mountaineer style mountain climbing. So that was quite a challenge for me, which you'll hear about it now. Day one, we drove out from Wanaka, 50 kilometers to Raspberry Flats, jumped on our bikes and cycled about 8 kilometers to mtaspiring Hut. Easy ride, left our bikes there, and then had a nice gradual mellow hike through the valley, about 3 hours till we got to the end of the valley to Deer Spur, and we had to start gaining some proper elevation. The first wall we had to climb, there's 8 anchors on it too. Rock was dry, conditions were good, so we didn't use any ropes. We just free climbed up there, had a quick snack, and continued to the snow to reach Bevan Col, which you need to get over and then ascend to Bonner Glacier. As you can see here, midsummer, still quite a bit of snow, beautiful alpine lakes. We reached Bonner Glacier, and I've never done any glacial travel, so we decided that I'll be leading and we'll be roped in. If anything goes bad and I fall into a crevasse, Celyn's able to rescue me because he's got the experience. By the end of the first night, 8 hours in, we reached Colin Todd Hut. That's the hut underneath the Northwest Ridge on mtaspiring. Had a quick meal, had a chat with our climbers in the hut, and we set off to bed. We didn't sleep in the hut. We decided to bivvy outside, no wind, stars were out, beautiful views. So we just slept outside in our sleeping bags. 5:30 wake up call, got up, had some breakfast and coffee, packed our summit bag, and 6:20 off we went.
Let's go.
We used the Kangaroo Patch, which is a still glacier and snow wall up to the ridge. In that point we were still roped in just for safety, but as soon as we got on the rock to the ridge, our plan was to climb freely, so no rope in between us, just in case, mostly because of my inexperience for the rescue, which gave me a peace of mind because I was only responsible for myself at that point. We kept climbing the ridge, bit of rock climbing involved, which I knew about. I haven't done rock climbing for a few years, so that was kind of first experience back into it. fairly simple climbing, but the main part was the exposure that I wasn't used to. So I kept telling myself, hey, if this would be on the ground, you would be laughing. It's that easy. Now, the crux of the climb comes pretty early on the ridge. The buttress, we decided not to climb straight to the buttress, but nice. Find the goat track around it and then go up, which was actually quite difficult to find. Celyn went higher up and I stayed lower down till I ran into a dead end. It was very narrow. I didn't want to go back. And above me was a 60 meter, probably 55 degree snow wall. Because not having a lot of big mountain experience, I wasn't sure if that snow face is going to hold. I didn't have any ways to check it except just bang my fists into it and see if anything breaks. It didn't. So I yelled out, hey, I need rope. Celyn built an anchor at the top, got the rope to me. I put my crampons on, got the ice axe, and just started hooning up. I was pretty nervous, so I was just yelling out, take! And I was moving faster than Celyn was able to pull the rope up, so I had to wait for a little bit, not to give rope too much slack, just in case if I'd fall off. Got to the top, pretty exhausting for both of us. Pulling a 60-meter rope is not an easy job. And yeah, climbing that one up was pretty exhausting, mostly because of the mental state. It really started playing on my physical ability too. All good. Found our way to buttress. I asked Celyn, hey man, if I stay here, would you be okay with that? Because I was really not sure, should I continue to the summit? Because it felt quite challenging to me. He said, yep, totally fine with it. But man, if you want to just come up to the next part and see how you feel. So I did that. A lot of ridge climbing. Again, quite simple, safe climbing, but yeah, a lot of exposure to deal with. At that point, Katie was 3 months pregnant, and I definitely had a lot of questions. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? I'm out of my comfort zone. All these little things started playing in my head, but I decided to keep going. Things got easier. We had a beautiful, cruisy hike. You could kind of see the path. Cruisy hike up, and then the summit was snow-capped. Put our crampons back on and made it to the summit. So these are the views here. Still thinking back to that. I was extremely stoked, but I kept it quite calm because there was still a long day ahead and I had to reserve all the energy I had. Physically, I didn't feel bad at all. It was more the mental stress being in that totally new environment for me that also made my body tense up, and all I could just keep repeating to myself that it's all good, one step at a time, calm, you're gonna be sweet. It's an incredible experience. Just take it all in and try and enjoy it. It was a little bit hard because I knew that we still have to get off the buttress later on. As you can see here too, coming down from the summit, I was very cautious. I don't have a lot of experience using crampons in that kind of terrain. So every step, I wasn't sure if it's going to hold. Is it stable? What angle should I step? So yeah, Celyn definitely gave me a few tips. On my walk down, I had a bit of time to reflect and really think about
pushing the limits again.
next
Definitely
stages in life, as you can hear here.
Makes me really think about the future ahead, the family we're gonna have with Katie. Oh, I love that woman so much.
Yeah, so
And I'm so excited to be a dad.
quite a challenging time. We had chats with some guides on the mountain too. They recommended going to the end of the buttress and then rappelling down. We had all the gear for it, so we decided why not? A different experience, safer also, and could be fun. We did 2 big rappels, and on the second one, when I got down and off the rope, I sat down on the flat rock, and here's my here's my thoughts.
Holy fuck.
Yep. At that point, I kind of felt the whole adrenaline flood in and exhaustion, and I took it all in, but I kind of knew at that point I'll be safe. It wasn't over, far from it, but it felt like, okay, this is gonna be a success. We made our way down the ridge back to Kangaroo Patch. It was a bit slushy and soft. That point of time, we roped in and got down as fast as possible, and then made our way back to Colin Todd Hut. The whole summit push was about 1,200 meters and took us 10 hours. We got to the hut, packed our stuff, changed our clothes, had a meal, and off we went again. So the second day was massive because we got back to the glacier, crossed the glacier, but the fog had set in, so we didn't really see where we're going, and we did a few circles on the glacier. Finally, we saw Bevan Call, got to it, snow climbed up to the saddle again, took the crampons off, and then just basically shoe skied as much as possible. With a heavy bag and tired legs, it's actually quite hard to do, but it was fun. In my head, I was hoping to get to the valley bottom that night, but when we got back to the Deer Spur, it was windy, clouds set in, it was 9 o'clock, so dark. We already had like a 13, 14 hour day behind us. We decided to stay up high, find a good bivvy spot, and just spend the night there, which we did. Found a nice little Braveheart style rock bivvy, which I made it as my home for the night. Most of the night I was fighting with Kias, protecting my property, but it was still a quite nice night knowing that we're safely down from the summit. Next morning, quick breakfast, coffee, still quite cloudy. Rock was wet, so we decided that let's use those 8 rappel anchors, which we had all the gear, so we were like, okay, let's give us more experience, more training. It was quite fun and got to the valley bottom pretty quickly. Sun was out. We changed our clothes and off we went. We decided that, hey, we're both safe. This is the dangerous part is over. We can each to their own tempo, listen to music, think about the past experience. It was a great hike. It took us about 3 hours to get back to mtaspiring Hut. And then off on our bikes, last 8 kilometers, and we were back in the car. So 50 hours in total. And then we jumped into the river for a quick shower. Oh, it felt so nice. What an experience. So what I learned from it was know your abilities. I knew I was capable for it. I could have been more prepared and trained for the whole snow travel and exposure also. I've been through enough adventures and endurance style expeditions that I knew I can push myself, and I also know where like enough is enough and I have to turn back. Gave me a lot more confidence in my ability to control my mind. Physically, 50-hour trip. Yeah, exhausting, but nothing too crazy. It's still a big expedition, big mission. So if you decide to go, make sure you're fit, you have enough food. I dragged way too much food up there, but how I see it always is I rather travel heavier than starve. So yeah, that was our experience with it. Stoked to have ticked that one off the list. Mtaspiring, Tititea, beautiful experience. I'm sure I'll be back there next time, hopefully carrying a wing with me and maybe flying off of it, who knows. But till then, we wait for the winter here in New Zealand. Lots going to happen. Waiting for the snow, waiting for the baby to arrive in next 3 to 4 weeks. So next 3 months is going to be hectic. I'm definitely going to keep the videos up. I also created a outdoors inspired newsletter called the STOKELETTER. It's not your traditional newsletter. It's like receiving an email from your best friend with all the cool shit they found throughout the week. So if you haven't signed up and you're interested, go to ambassadorofstoke.com and be part of the Stoke crew. Thank you so much for watching. Now go outside and do cool shit.